Okay, I know there have been a lot of questions about how an actual turn is played out, and I'm going to show you a full turn starting in round 2. In this example, there will be 4 players. 2 will be controlling 3 characters, and the other 2 will be controlling 2 characters. One of the characters died in the last round in the death challenge. The player with the starting token goes first with their character farthest to the right, in this case, the jazz singer. The player rolls 2 dice. They roll an 8 and then move their character that many spaces. Although it's only 6 spaces to the next SAE tile, so their movement stops even though they have more to go. They flip over the tile. If it's the green side with a magnifying glass, they draw from the clue deck. And if it's the red side with a skull, they draw from the monster deck. In this case, it's a monster and they draw the Guardian. In the top left corner is the monster's strength, and this is a powerful monster. The player gets 1 chance to roll the number or higher on the dice. They can also use relics to help them if they have any. Okay, so they roll a 7 and lose to the Guardian, which now they are stuck there until their next round because it's a monster. But they have a relic, the Hand of Faith, which lets them re-roll the dice. They place the relic card in the discard pile and re-roll the dice. They roll a 10. They defeat the monster and remove the tile from the room. They also draw a new relic card as a victory reward. In this case, it is the Rebirth card, the rarest of the relic cards, which allows a player to bring a character back from the dead. The jazz singer action is done, so they rotate their card 90 degrees to show they're exhausted. And now the next player takes their character farthest to the right and has their action. This continues until all characters have been exhausted. Once all the characters have been exhausted, it is time for the vote. Players should discuss which characters are in best position or characters that have not done anything. The voting tray is passed around and the players secretly deposit their voting tokens into a slot corresponding to the character they want to go in. After the vote, the tokens are counted and the 2 with the most go into the death challenge. If there is a tie, roll the dice. The character with the lowest number goes in. The 2 voted on characters are placed on the front of the estate and the death challenge card is drawn. In this case, the Hustler and the Big Game Hunter. They drew, did someone call for an exorcist challenge? Each one is played differently. With this particular challenge, players both roll the dice. The one with the highest number picks which of the 2 characters in the challenge dies. The competing players roll the dice. Or if the same player controls both, they roll once for each character. The Big Game Hunter won, but based on where the characters are on the board, the player decides to have the Big Game Hunter die instead of the Hustler. The round is now over. The Big Game Hunter is placed in the graveyard, and all living characters are restored by turning their character cards upright. And the round tracker is moved forward 1 hour. The first player token is passed to the left and the new round starts. Here is how an artifact is recovered. After all the SAE tiles have been removed from a room, in this case the lounge, a character can use their movement to land on the artifact. Note, their movement does not have to stop here. The player places an artifact token on the mantle and then rolls 1 die to determine the effect of the mysterious man. They rolled a 2, which means every player must discard a relic card. A big setback.